Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to look at some simple study skills. Now this video is really aimed at people who have been out of education for a while and who need to get back into studying and to think about how you do this. So we're really going to start with the basics, some simple things. So the first thing is to talk about, we got 6 little tips. So the first thing is quiet and comfort. This is the place where you study. The place where you study needs to be quiet and it needs to be comfortable. So something like this could be a library, could be an office, could be your kitchen if there's no one else around. But try and avoid somewhere where there's a lot of noise, where there's lots of kids around, if your kids are annoying you, or if there's music or TV. You need quiet and you need to be warm enough and you need to be comfortable. You don't need to have any other distractions if you're trying to study. So that's just kind of an obvious thing, but it's a simple and obvious thing, but it's important too. Second thing, take notes. So there's many different ways of taking notes, and you have to work all this out for yourself. But the first obvious way is just use a notebook or a copy, and have one notebook for your course or one notebook per module. But the important thing is keep the notes for whatever thing you're doing in the same place. So if you're doing a module, keep it in the same place. If you're doing a course, keep it all in the same place. Same goes for using a laptop or a tablet. You could take notes here. So when you're taking notes, you're writing down things that are new to you and that seem to you to be important. So that's really what you're taking notes about. And you take notes to help yourself remember this, because if you write something down, or whether it's on a laptop or you speak it or you write it by hand, it helps you remember it rather than just listening. If you're listening passively to something, you're not going to remember or probably understand or take it in. So if you're on a computer, have one folder for your course or for your module. You could have, if you have one folder for your course and then other folders within that for each module. You could also use your phone. You can put notes in the notes section in your phone. Every phone has a notes section. If you're quicker typing with your 2 thumbs rather than writing, that's another option. But just make sure you know where everything is. That's really the key. And you can also just take notes as voice recordings. So every phone has a voice recorder now. So that's another option. Again, if you use voice recordings, store them somewhere. Make sure you keep them safe and in the same place and you know where everything is. Highlighting and bookmarking. So this is really connected to taking notes. Highlighting, of course, means we can see it in the picture here. When reading on paper, obviously this is only possible when you're reading on the paper. So there's some applications when you're online or when you are on Word or etc. You can highlight too. So you can use a highlighter though if you're on paper reading a book, if it's your book obviously. And that again is to highlight the important parts of the text. When you're highlighting, don't highlight everything. That's the important thing. Just highlight the most important things. Otherwise it's not highlighting. Also, if you're online and you find something useful, bookmark it. And bookmark it and put it into a folder. So if you don't know what the bookmarking is, it's there on the top right hand corner if you're on the laptop, and it's usually a little star. Just press the star and that keeps the web page in your bookmarks so you can go back to it and find it quickly. So it's all about being organized and being able to find things later. The internet is your friend sometimes. So sometimes is important. If you don't understand something, there is so much material on the internet and pretty much everything is explained, so you can look it up. It's likely that on YouTube somewhere there is a simple video explaining whatever concept you don't understand or you're not sure about. But also, for example, if you need help with Office or with Word, the Microsoft website, there are loads and loads of videos just showing you how to do simple things. But be careful of falling down rabbit holes. So by that I mean, the internet is so vast. There are always things that are there that can distract you and waste time. And half an hour later, you realize that you haven't done anything useful. So be careful with the internet. There's a lot of nonsense there as well as useful stuff, and you have to be careful. And this is the summary of it all. Be organized. If you're stuttering, you have to be organized. Organize your notes, organize your bookmarks, keep the important things in the same places, know where everything is so you can go back to them later. And it's really about working out your own system. So it's not for me to tell anybody what their system should be. Most people can work out their own system. But it needs to be a system that's obvious, that works, and is not too complicated. So it's just really about trying and seeing what works for you. And finally, take regular breaks or change tasks. So really every 50 minutes you should be taking a break, stand up, just, if you smoke, go out for a cigarette, have a cup of tea, walk around the house, go into the garden, whatever, just get away from your desk. It's much more efficient this way. And you will often find that even after a 5 or 10-minute break, you come back, things are a little clearer. So if things are getting on top of you, just stop, take a break, and then come back to it later. Or even just change tasks and go and study something else. That's important. A change is often really vital. So very quickly, let's revise. Find somewhere quiet and comfortable. Take notes and organize your notes. Know where they are. You can use pen and paper. You can use a laptop or tablet. You can use your phone, but just know where everything is and organize it. 3, highlighting. Highlighting and bookmarks. In other words, it's keeping the important information where you can find it again. 4, use the internet, look up stuff you don't understand, but beware because there's a lot of stuff on the internet and you can get distracted easily. 5, be organized. That's the most important thing of all of this. 6, take a break regularly. That's also important. That's our video for today. Thanks for watching.